Catch this breeze freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well for these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get
down in Mississippi and New Orleans. Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see Nick Foles and the Jacksonville Jaguars as they match up with the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers, brings a receiver or two free?
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. Solid way to start the division for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continued...
You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 26. Some up here, 1st and 10. Here's Foles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they'll get him to complete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off the play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. And he's taken down, but not before reaching.
Now go down, put a touchdown out on him. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
He's going to be a yard short.
Running it, as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee him
out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my big thanks to the defense.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. Dalton sets up play action. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
There's guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you have a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there, and another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Dalton now to pass. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. It's been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd? Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Jags grab it.
We're going to shut who did it.
But they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now. And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be part one incomplete? So it can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on.
Way easier said than done. Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it.
The offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
Under heavy pressure and down goes Dalton on the sack. Marcel Darius flies in at 331. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. They get 6.
This play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really.
More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it
to close out week 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator, and I see an all with a screen soon.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a third and long after that sack. They right on cue. They set up the screen and complete it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Jags
person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward.
And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Here's Dalton going deep downfield for Ross. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Case, though, wasn't able to complete it anyway.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense along the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run to his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Foles. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
The tight end maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quick.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chris Conley, his first touchdown on the year. And once again, incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're like, Phil, the better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can. It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing.
Only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
They've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They're able to convert 2nd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And just a short gain that time. Twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Andy Dalton eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Nothing doing there as they get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon.
And try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they work this well upfield across the...
There are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense. And
there he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, his 4th touchdown on the year.
These are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us, and sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shot. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Josh Allen in there to record the 2nd sack of his young. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
And they'll work it inside the 15. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10.
Mark of good defenses. It's understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had it.
This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people. No interceptions so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agree with me. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Nick Vigil.
On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
They'll set up to throw. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not
looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line and goal.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And here's a throw. Take a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. 3rd down, a shot here for Dillon. And he comes by the 40. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game thrown.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Alicia, you know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals.
You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he's got this down to the 35. That good for 9.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
8 yards on.
To come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will make this now a 15-point.
Knock the ball away.
He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case,
Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Alex Erickson, his first touchdown on the year. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a Bengals score.
The clock continues to run. Pile up the first down. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
A big run by the big man Fournette. 47 yards.
Too much.
Work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here we go.
Give him 10 yards there. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jaguars had some goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Jacksonville, they move back over 500 now at 4-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far, and they'll look to regroup next week as they